least once in your career. So let me make sure that you can hear me first before I talk about this. And if you're not a developer yet and you are interested, I have something for you as well. All right, so I am live. Do I see? I hear myself. Great, awesome, cool. Let's get started then. Let me bring my notes up to make sure that I am respectful of your time and stay on track, because I know I can get sidetracked. I don't know about you. Okay, cool. Let me fix my pad here. Okay, great. Hello, thank you so much for joining me again as a Python programmer, or really any software developer program of choice, whether it's C#, Java, Go, whatever. There are plenty of tools out there with which you can easily create your code, make it really simple for you to navigate it, as well as integrate with a version control system, or VCS, like GitHub. Now, imagine the absolute shock when something you've been using for a long time suddenly just stops working and you can't push your code to the cloud. Like, has that ever happened to you? That's actually happened to me this week. And in today's Prosperous Heart training, I will reveal how I was actually able to fix it. So hopefully it will help you in the future. Now, before I show you the step-by-step how to fix this remote, let me actually share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about here. Boom. Right? So this is what I saw, or something similar. Remote invalid username or password, fatal, authentication failed for blah, blah, blah stuff over here. So this initial answer here wasn't like exactly what I needed, but I was able to figure out what I needed. Like, it would have worked for me, but I didn't like it. It just, I'll show you in a second. So like I said, I'm going to show you how, step by step, how to fix that remote invalid username or password, or basically it's an authentication failure that happens when you're trying to push your code to GitHub, but it gives you that error. So, excuse me, sorry. Before I get into that, I want to let you know that the doors to my Python Basics Bootcamp, the final round of 2021, is currently available if you'd like to snag your spot, but the doors do close on December 11th. We are starting December 12th. So if you are ready to break down your learning curve in regards to Python programming, if you'd like the opportunity to spend 3 weeks with someone who's been there, done that, and can help you really sharpen your Python programming skill set, and if you're really ready to start actually implementing what you learn, then definitely head over to processheart.com/Python-bootcamp. It's one of the 2 URLs that's been passed by here today. And get your secure your seat today, because again, doors are closing in a couple of days, and I won't be doing this again in 2021 because it's December. So back to the topic today. Again, bootcamp URL right there. So earlier this week, I was working on one of my GitHub repos when the strangest thing happened. I had not experienced this before that I could recall in my time using GitHub. So I got the error that I showed you earlier. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. Whoop, sorry. This error. So this error is basically the one that I got. It may have been like slightly different, but it was remote invalid username or password, authentication failed. And so as with a Google search, because Google is your bestie unless you use like DuckDuckGo or something. One of the very first, if not the very first Google search item was this web page right here, Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow is going to be your bestie. Seriously, it is a phenomenally helpful site. You should totally bookmark it. I love this. I'm so glad it is around. So with the solution, while the solution likely would have worked, like I said, there's another way to do it instead of having to recreate your token, which is what they wanted to outline. So now that I've gone through this, I'm going to show you what I actually did to solve this. So as I said, the original suggestion explained how to create a new GitHub personal access token, but I'm going to reveal to you how to easily regenerate your GitHub personal access token instead, or GitHub PAT. So when you are on GitHub, right? This is my GitHub um, page profile. This is my GitHub profile on here. And you'll basically, no matter where you're at on GitHub, in the top right, if you will click on that icon and then head on over to settings. All right, and then scroll down to developer settings, or you can actually do a Control F on PC, maybe Command F on Mac, and look for developer settings. It'll take you right to it. And then you'll go to personal access tokens. Now, once you get there, it will look a little bit different than this. It'll say like token expired or something, and you could delete it, or you could generate a new token, or you could just simply recreate it. So how you would do that, I think there was, I don't remember if there was a button on this particular piece, but inside of the token itself, you can come in here and change what access level it is. You just update the token. But here was where I think is where I regenerated the token. So I just clicked this regenerate token, and I would not do this unless you absolutely have to, simply because there's no reason to, unless you feel like somehow you've been compromised. I mean, it's not really hard to re-add it, because what happened was is when I clicked regenerate token and I saved the token that it gave me, and then what happened was I went back to my Git, because I usually do CLI to push. I don't usually use things like PyCharm or VS Code or things like that just yet, because again, I want to keep that skill set fresh, right? But once you regenerate your token, wherever you go, whether it's through GitHub desktop CLI, whether it's through your computer's CLI or command line prompt, it doesn't matter. When you try and push again, it will then usually pop up a window and say, hey, you should log in. And you will log in with your username, which for me, it's Prosperous Heart. And then the PAT, the personal access token, you just paste it right in. And then boom, you're ready to go. And voila, it's magically working again. So that's it, right? That is it on how to recreate or regenerate your own tokens. Again, you don't have to regenerate. If you really wanted to, you could just, generate a new token. But be sure to check out these two links right here to learn more about this if you have no idea what I'm talking about. I will be doing a video on another time on how to authenticate locally on your machine, but I wanted to share this because it was fresh in my mind. So there you have it. All right, let me go ahead and check my notes, make sure I have covered everything else. Yes. Okay, cool. Awesome. So now remember, if you're ready to improve your Python skill set, or simply to pick up a very highly valued new technical skill, because again, if you go to, not that link, that's my Discord link, the other link, if you go to that link for the bootcamp, you will see several really well-known companies that use Python, right? So Python is amazing language, especially if you are brand new to programming. But be sure to go to processheart.com/Python bootcamp if you are looking to, again, break down your learning curve, learn from me. And if you don't know me, I got my degree in programming, which I firmly believe that you don't need to have your degree to be successful with programming. And I actually had the blessing and honor of being able to work for Cisco for 7 years. And most of that, I was doing programming. I was teaching people to program. I was writing code. It was great. So doors close on that boot camp. Last round of this year, doors close December 11th. So be sure to snag your seat today before it closes. So if you'd like more information about boot camp, you know where to go, or just ask me a question. I'll answer. So thank you so much for spending your time here with me today. I really, really appreciate it. You could literally be anywhere else right now. And so I really appreciate you being here. And if you found value, please tag a friend. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful and prosperous rest of your day. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.